I've done it.
Treasure chest.
It's
You have...
it's 2 treasure chests, and it's just more ultra shrooms and jamming jellies. I really don't need because I don't have room.
Okay, then.
What?
Technically, you could get rid of the, like, offensive items, yeah.
If I really wanted to, but
if we really wanted to,
what's going on? So, if you're doing a danger run and you want to beat the Cammy Bowser battle in one set of jumps, you need to go over 70 damage, because Bowser had a bit of defense, so that you can jump, and it just knocks Bowser out. But I didn't have that luxury, but I needed to survive 1 hit, and Goombella just took 1 hit, and Mario is super lucky anyway. So, anyway. So, I couldn't beat Bowser in a single attack. I could have beat him in 2 jumps, though. It's fine. Not like the Bowser battle was giving my danger run trouble. Goombella took, what, 7 damage and Mario dodged? Because my dodge rate is fucking stupid.
yes.
I basically have maximum allowed luck, or any more luck, the game is like,
No, bitch.
fuck off, we're taking luck away from you.
You will have like a 99.9% dodge rate.
And even then, I have the 2, danger damage reductions, which are both 50% reductions rounded down, so I take 50% less damage twice. Meaning, if I get hit, I take like 1 damage. I push the Danger Mario to its ludicrous extreme.
Okay, remember, technically the absolute ludicrous extreme is the dealing 99 off a single hit. And, again, like I had said before, if you're playing technically normally and you don't care about the pit, getting to the 99 so you can one-shot literally, like, everything up until the final boss is a better idea, but with the pit, because it only reduces the jumps on Bonetail by 1, I think it's not really worth it, so just getting to like 60 damage is good enough.
Here's a good way to look at the damage to explain that better. As long as your damage is a little, like, close to or a little over 60, and I had said initially, and I forgot why I'd picked this number, and it wasn't just pulling this out of my ass as a joke. It did have a point. 64 damage is a good threshold to deal with.
Because you normally get like 5 hits off of the multi-route, so because of that, it will... every number will decrease it, so its last will be dropped to like 60.
No, a good way, say
Hold on. I thought they might.
Okay. Bonetail has 200 health, and every jump you do is 1 less damage point.
Yeah.
But Bonetail had 2 defense, meaning if I had 64 damage, my first jump would have been 62. Then it would have been. So if he 62, 61, 60, 59, 58, and 5.
Yeah.
He'd be dead in 4.
Like I said, that's why going over 60 to like 64, 65 is good. I don't know if because with most things defense, that makes it so by the 5th hit, you have just rolled into the 50s.
If you get that 64 number, you can defeat anything in the game in 4 jumps. And I forgot about Bonetail's defense, so I came incredibly... That's to defeat anything in 4 jumps with a buffer.
I'm going to be that guy. I do not get the hype of this being an alternate costume for Peach and Smash. That is...
How dare you?
That is one of those things people have just latched onto where it's like, I'm gonna be that guy. I don't get it. It's like Geno in Smash. I do not fucking get it.
Okay. Back to the...
Also, I love how all the candles are the dark flame now.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's evil. Ooh. Oh, he's dead.
She gone. Booyah.
He's dead, but he'll get better.
And now for the thing as a child that confused me, and I had to replay this game multiple times to realize what was going on because I was being a bit of an idiot. There was never a treasure in here. They made up the story about the map.
Okay, and you say that there's something ahead of it. After you beat this, you do get a dried shroom. My headcanon has always been the treasure was an ultra shroom, but it stayed here for so long it wilted.
Well, we can cover that, but
I said jumping the gun a bit.
There's no money and jewels. They made up a treasure story to find a maiden. Yeah. See? I spread the rumor of a great treasure. The Shadow Sirens worked for the Shadow Queen.
As you can tell by the visual design, it was them again, just teleporting here. I have to question, why the fuck did you need to open the door, or is it literally because of Dupless, like how when they warp into that museum, Dupless had to...
If you become her servant, you get some funny dialogue where the world ends because Mario gave up.
But...
You then have to redo...
I was going to say, but all this scene is unskippable, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not doing that. You see, if we had save states, I would say do it. Because you could literally make a save state on that dialogue.
Yes. Final boss.
Also, because of, again, the Shadow Sirens, if you entered this with Vivian, again, I believe
there's some extra dialogue.
There's extra dialogue, again. Because, like I said, that's like the only one that does it.
Shadow Queen. Max speed is 150, attack is 7, and defense is 0.
That's a big number. Though, technically less attack than Grodd is funny enough.
Hey, that bitch!
Oh, that was a final boss.
So you're not weak. You may be less useless than you appear. This body is unfamiliar to me, yes. Too unfamiliar, let me assume my true form and show you my real power. In this form, your attacks are like those of a child to me. You're lucky. You will perish with the honor of having seen true terror and power. Mwahaha! Got your health back, you cheating whore. Also, this form, you literally do nothing. You can't hurt this form. You have to survive 3 turns of, like, attempting to deal damage.
And because of that, if I remember correctly, this section for them to do this, she has a very similar programming to the Ironclads, where it's literally not programmed to take damage. Except for the Ironclads, they have that, weakness to gold.
Haha.
Though, well...
Haha!
Well, I bring that up, but a funny thing is, because despite them coming out of the ground, her hands and the Shadow Queen are, I think, considered, like, too big to gulp, so I don't think you can actually use them.
Are the hands grounded?
I think they're actually considered floating.
No, I can quick hammer. See?
Oh, son of a bitch.
They're grounded! Sweet! Now, you literally can't hurt this form.
Yeah, It would be so funny if she... It would be so fucking funny if she missed. Not like that.
See? The Quake Hammer
No.
with the fog and the fact that...
But, like I said, you just have to survive, so it doesn't matter if you hit anyway, so just...
You have to survive, like, 3 turn cycles.
Yes.
Yeah. until she does this. Grabs your entire audience.
How many fucking people died in this stage show? Why do you fuckers keep showing up?
Alright, what are we supposed to do? We could be totally done for. I'll ask you again, will you sue me? If so, I will forgive you for this. You're right, Piff. Very well. Then you will perish. What? What is this? The crystal stars. Ah!
And that goes back to something talked about a little bit before, but the only way I believe you can learn this is if you talk to that like rat character on the roof. The crystal star that the X-Nuts had, which is the crystal star, was actually in
Rogueport initially, yes. Her and her sleeves. I'm still bothered by that. She has the
honestly, Coop's bothers me more because that's a full shirt, but the shell's on the back of the shirt.
But that design at least makes sense when she has sleeves.
Yeah.
She just has sleeves on.
She has sleeves coming out of her shell. My boy.
Oh dear. Coops, you're okay, right? You promise me you come back, okay? The crystal star. What in the world? What's that doing here? Very mysterious. Yeah. Because the other thing, like that rat character that gives you some extra lore, specifically, you learn a thing where while the crystal stars were used for evil because they're just generic mystic objects, they're not evil by design, and if the influence over them is positive enough, they will do good things. Shadow Queen just used them for evil because she's a bitch.
Where's the 1,000-Year Door lore video, Matt Pat?
It's Oz. I mean Mario. Now, it's unfortunate, but I need to cut in the middle of this. Need to stretch. Small bathroom break. Because I can stop. Just we now return to your regularly scheduled bullshit. Okay. Just freaking in game, I had to go pee. It's like, god damn it. So, just left it idle. I do love this emotional moment.
Going to be that, yeah, I think this moment isn't entirely earned because of how most of these characters were fairly generic before this point. Well, that, and like, I say that, but it's like, because you got Vivian here, you don't have any named NPCs here.
There are several named NPCs here.
Are those kids actually given unique names?
I think they are. As is their mom, I'm pretty sure.
Is the mayor standing there as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. At least there's him.
I'm pretty sure those kids have names. Don't quote me on that, but I think they did. Vivian was her name, right? I'm a bit worried about that girl that was with Mario. She seems so innocent. I'll be fine. All of you. Mario will never give up. Mario will stand true. Yeah. Took care of that monster who cursed us. We must have faith in him. We must believe that light will return to our world. Okay. Easily beat the game. I just had to pee.
Again, like, while you do have the other, pirates here, again, there's kind of a funny thing if it's just the one bomb generic cards. I kind of wish Cortez that they had his head floating here, but they probably didn't do that because of how big his head is, but I feel like if that's the reason, have them standing on Cortez's ship.
Luigi is my finest pupil. Quite sure here for Vel. Yeah.
I mean, we're probably about to comment on the same thing. How his parents are both perpetually pissed the fuck off.
That, but I was also going to comment on I love the next few minutes of dialogue here. Because there's some really funny things. Go Gonzalez! Go get him! Mario, you lovely thing. Gonzalez! Go Gonzalez! And then... Huh? Mario? Gonzalez? Not Luigi? No, you idiot! I wondered why he had an M on his cap. Because they're literally monogrammed. Mario is the one with the M. Like, I can say that. It's seriously an M for Mario. Duh. Also, this is charming in and of itself, though. Good work, my comrades. Now let us do it. Ready and... Mario!
Why is Admiral Bobbery not here? Also, why the fuck did the last Crystal Star
You said Bobbery?
No, General White.
No, he's here.
He is?
He's behind the horde. He was hard to see, but he was there.
Also, why did the last Crystal Star go to Far Outpost and not go back to... And not go back to Rogueport? Especially
because... Well, it went to the people you held, because this goes into that little bit of extra lore. The Crystal Stars are neither positive or negative.
They could have, if it went to Rogueport, you could have had Frankly there along with all the Rogueport NPCs like Frankly and Zesty and stuff.
They just wanted to get all the chapter characters. And then you can see...
Yes,
and you go, bro.
And
go.
It's in green. And then go Luigi, I mean Mario.
Yes.
Cut back, Mario's charging a fucking spirit bomb.
Yes.
That's basically what's happening here.
Oh! Oh! Mario! That voice. Princess Peach? Mario. Hi. What? You wretched little girl. You disobey me? Take the last of my power. She heals you completely. That is a full heal. You do get star power back.
That's good.
What?
Because it's a full heal. If you have a dead character currently out, does she revive the dead character as well because she fully healed them? Or do they have to be alive to get...
Remember, if you have a dead character, if they died and you had a revival mushroom, they would have used the mushroom. If they're dead without a revival mushroom, when you enter battle, they should have 1 hit point.
Okay. Oh yeah, but we technically count as a different battle, so...
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, I actually have 2 questions because I thought they would both be fun. First off, how do you feel about needing to basically deal damage and survive 3 turns in order to get the phase transition in the one phase of the Shadow Queen? where she's basically invincible, because you actually do need to deal damage to advance that phase, which actually does confuse a lot of people, because a lot of people try damaging the Shadow Queen once, and they generally realize nothing works. So then they basically don't understand you need to basically do damage, even though it does nothing, because unless you basically hit her 3 times and survive 3 turn cycles of doing that, you don't actually get to advance, which is a little bit unclear. So there's that. So I would love to know if that confused anyone, and I would also love to know your general thoughts on that. But anyway, on to the next question. What is your overall opinion on the one basically big cutscene where all the crystal stars basically give you a power-up via the power of friendship? While it's a bit cheesy, that does make me a little bit emotional, because it's nice actually seeing everyone from all the areas actually show up, and they generally made the people that are speaking the most important characters in those areas. Even if you never got those characters' names, it's nice seeing them, and I feel like Curtin was being a bit of a dick for no reason, because they picked the most original characters from each chapter, and maybe some of the similar looking NPC characters, but regardless, it still makes that game feel like a living world, because all of these people gathered in order to basically give you positive wishes, since the crystal stars can be used for good or evil. So the crystal stars are actually being used for good, which means Mario and his party had a positive influence on the crystal stars, which I think is cool from a narrative standpoint. What that actually does comes up in the final boss, but I cut this part before that, because I basically wanted to frame some questions around the first phase and that one cutscene. And the part basically ended up around 20 minutes before this question. So I didn't want to do an extra long part, since the end of the game and the credits go on a good bit. Cutting this in half was a good idea, and I thought would also generally be okay, because certain longer videos can be a pain in the ass to render, and this was a good way to basically split the final boss, which again I think is fine. Sometimes if I feel like I can get away with it, I will do longer parts, but in this case, 2 shorter parts I thought would be fine, because this still ended up almost 20 minutes before this question, but now I am starting to ramble. So anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.